Hey, hello, yes, good morning.
Hi,
Good afternoon.
good afternoon.
Are you able to? I guess you're on mute.
Just a minute, let me check. Hi, can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, that's
Okay.
fine.
Hi, San.
Hey, hi, Prashant.
Hi, good evening. Yeah, you can continue. Yes, Sandhya, you can continue.
Okay, thanks, Prashant. Fine. Okay. Hey, hi. Yes, thanks for this one. Riaz, could we start our discussion with a brief introduction about your technical journey and keeping in focus about your experience with Postgre? What kind of key activities you've been involved on the Postgre side of it?
Okay, sure. My name is Riaz Alam. I have completed my MCA in 2009. After that, I joined Sears Holding India in 2011 as an Oracle DBA. I worked there till 2016, and then I joined HSBC, and till now I'm working with HSBC. So,
Mhm.
and in HSBC, I got an opportunity to work in Oracle and Postgres both. So I have overall 10 years of experience in Oracle DB and 5 to 6 years of experience in Postgres. And as far as my daily activity is concerned, it is totally based on the tickets. Whatever ticket we get, we have to resolve those tickets, and these tickets involves means like core database activities like user management, table space, export, import, backup, recovery, performance tuning, upgradation, migration. These kind of activities means ticket are consist of. Okay, apart from that, we have some daily assigned tasks like upgradation, patching, migration, or whatever task comes under our, we have to work on those tasks.
Okay. Then uh, from your daily activities or all the activities that you have done on both Oracle and Postgre,
Mhm.
would you be able to pick top three challenging situations where you have helped as a DBA?
Yes, uh, mostly I involved in performance tuning. Okay, so I have helped means multiple users or multiple application team to to tune their queries. Apart from that, I have worked on the multiple recovery scenarios. So I have worked on the recoveries also. And apart from that, means daily means migration and all I worked on. Okay, so these are the
Mhm.
main area I worked on daily basis.
Say migration, was there any key challenges that you have addressed, or everything was smooth and straightforward?
No, before and after there are lots of issues that we faced also. Before
Uh,
migrating, there are data
Point
types.
out a couple of them where you have resolved it.
Yes, yes.
Uh,
Data type mismatch, and after migration, there was performance issues for the queries, and also the functions and procedures which were valid in Oracle that were not valid in the Postgres. So we had to rewrite those functions and procedure again in the Postgres. So I worked as a team, and I helped them to resolve those issues.
okay. What was the most challenging one from all of these?
Means regarding migration or any other thing we are talking about.
No, any of these activities, which was the most challenging one? If you can give me the scenario and also how you have
Yeah,
done that.
means
How?
since I am involved in the migration, so means you can say it takes means it sees very means just like from Oracle to Postgres means it seems very easy, but when you actually start, so there are lots of challenges. Okay, so you start from scratch, like from the data type mismatch. Okay, there are lots of issues. So few of the data types which are valid in the Postgres, those are not valid in the Oracle. The data types which are valid in Oracle, not in the Postgres. So those mismatch we have to first of all sort out. Okay, and after that there should be proper connectivity. Okay, and connectivity, then we have to create the schemas. Okay, then user migration, schema migration. So there are lots of challenges while migrating the data from Oracle to Postgres.
Yeah, just a minute. Yes, I'll be back in a minute.
Okay, sure, sure. Sorry.
Hey, sorry, I'm back now.
Okay, no issues.
Yeah, with respect to migrations, what is the volume of the data that you have migrated from Oracle to Postgre?
It was around 1 terabyte.
1 terabyte, okay.
Yes.
And when you are saying you have resolved the data type mismatch, can you give a couple of samples? What you did? Did you change it on the source or the destination? And what was it?
Yes, like in Oracle, we have blob, okay, which is supported by the Oracle, but the same data type is not supported in the Postgres. Okay. So there is NC lob kind of data type which is present in the Postgres. So we have to match that data type in the Postgres. Okay, and there are varchar which is valid in the Oracle, but the same is not available in the Postgres. Okay, so we have to match each and every data type means according to the table structure. Okay, so there are lots of challenges while migrating the database and data.
Okay. Now let's say you have to take care of all these data type mismatch and performance issues. You need to avoid it, and you have a migration of a large database, like say 5 terabytes of database. Is there an approach that you would follow?
Yes.
And if so, what's that?
Yeah. So first of all means approach means when I say first of all I'll tell you from the scratch. Okay, so first of all I will get the space requirement. Okay, means whatever space we have available in the Oracle side, the same kind of space should be required on the target side, that is Postgres side. Okay, after that I will check the schema design. Okay, means how many schemas are present in the Oracle. Okay, and so the same kind of schema I will create or I will export and import from the Oracle to Postgres. Okay, so the first thing will be the schema migration. Okay, the first thing, and after that I will migrate the data. But for migrating the data I will choose there are some candidate tables, like means in Oracle there are many tables available, those we can migrate smoothly. Okay, so first of all I will target those tables and I will migrate those tables, and after that I will choose the tables means which are complicated, like the binary large object or CLOB object. So I will choose those tables. Okay, so I will migrate those tables. So I can directly export import, or there are other method also like move. Okay, so I can export from the Oracle and I can copy the data with the utility called move from Postgres to in Postgres. So I will use that utility, and also there are other utilities like Ora to PG. So from there I will make the connectivity from Oracle to Postgres. Okay, and from there we can directly move the data. And after moving means we'll check the validation. We will check the size of the data, whatever we have migrated, whether we have the exact size of the migrated data or not, or if there is any discrepancies I will work on those. And I will check the validity of the object. Means there are means on the multiple occasions after migrating the data, there are chances that the means database objects get invalidated, invalid. So I will check on those invalid object and I will try to validate those objects. And also means as I said earlier, there are like functions and triggers, means there are some code discrepancies after the migration. So I will work on the code part after the migration. Okay, and if everything happens means after all these things I will work with the application team and we will check the performance of the queries which they were using the Oracle, whether the same queries means how it is behaving in the Postgres. Okay, so this will be my approach. Means actually in depth means it is a time consuming and it's a lengthy process, but I'm just giving you the high level approach what I'll be taking.
Okay, that's good. What kind of data objects have you migrated? Is it only table schemas or any other items?
No, these are just general tables, and these tables consist of the general data types like char, where char, number. Okay,
Have
binary
you
number.
dealt with other objects like views, materialized views as well?
Yes, means those are the part of the database objects. Yeah, so we have also migrated those things. I'm just talking about the data types.
Okay. Uh, Now let's say you are your source has around hundreds of materialized views. What is the approach that you take to migrate to Postgre?
So I will take the export of the views, materialized view, and will import into the Postgres. And as I said, there could be chances that it get invalidate. Okay, so I will validate that. Export import will work, I guess.
Okay, how do you validate your migration is successful?
Means we'll count the object on the source side and we'll validate that same thing in the target side. Means the size should be same and the object count should be same. Okay. Suppose in a
Just the
particular
counts,
yeah,
or is there any data validation also that you do?
no, we just check the size of the data. Like suppose we have 500 GB in Oracle, then same amount uh, should be in the Postgres.
Mm-hmm.
And also the
Okay.
object count, like suppose there are employee table and under employee table there are 13 or 14 tables available. So same number of tables, index or synonyms, whatever. So the count should be same in both source and target. Otherwise there will means migration will not be successful. Means we will not consider it successful.
Have you used the concept of foreign data wrapper?
No, I have not used.
Okay, that's good. Next is have you worked on partitioning or any other concepts?
Yes, I have worked on the partitioning.
So can you tell me when and how to apply that logic?
Actually, there are basically three types of partitioning. Okay, range partition, list partition, and hash partition. Okay, so suppose there are any historical data. So suppose the data we have from 2000 to 2010 and then 2010 to 2020, so that we can segregate the data according to that. So that will come under the range partition. We'll move all the data into that particular partition. Okay, and then there is list partition. Okay, so list partition is basically worked with a particular key value things. Okay, so but for a particular key value things, so we'll move all the data into that particular partition. And hash partition, there is a hash value assigned to that particular row, so I will move all that row into that particular partition. So these there are basically three partitions.
When should we apply which partition?
So I said that means according to the historical data, means according to the range. Okay, means whatever data we want to put into a particular partition, according to that range, we will move the data into that particular partition. Okay, according to the range, we'll move the data.
Okay. And let us say I'm not able to decide anything deterministically. Okay, so I have a parent-child relationship, and I know that the parent can also be independently removed, and child can also be independently removed. I don't have a foreign key relationship between them. What is the strategy for managing the partitions of this parent-child?
So I don't think for that particular means we do not we require any partition to keep those data if there is no relation or something like that. We can keep those data into a normal table, not in a partition.
And if at all we have to consider partitioning because of the volume of data.
Then we can see the means what range of data we have, and according to that we will choose that. I think range partition will come into picture.
So can you give me an example for that?
Means I said earlier, right? Means we have to choose a particular date. Means whenever there is a date column, okay. So in that part we use the range partition uh, for a particular volume of data. We move that into the particular date from one date to another date. In between all the data, whatever we have inserted, that will go into the particular column or into particular partition according to that range.
Okay. What is the most complex query that you have written for the team?
Actually, I'm not into the query writing thing, but I have tuned the multiple complex written queries. Okay, means I'm not into the
Mm-hmm.
query writing thing, but I have tuned the multiple complex written queries in Oracle and Postgres also. There are multiple ways. If you want, then I can go ahead with that.
So when you say you have tuned it,
Yeah.
can you give me an example? What was the query? What was the business functionality it was supposed to do? And how did you tune it?
Actually, means in HSBC we support one application, that is the payment gateway, and all the transaction from the Amazon, Flipkart, all the means online shopping comes through that particular application, and there is one query through that. All the means it moves all the transaction into a batch. Okay, so they have written a query and it was performing slow. So I had worked on that. I had worked to tune that query. Means it was basically a batch job query. It was moving all the transaction into a batch.
How bad was it, and how did you improve it?
First of all, we had generated the perform sorry we run the tuning advisor, okay, in Oracle. And in tuning advisor it suggests means what are the problematic area in that particular query, and according to that we proceed. And suppose we do not find anything after running the query advisor, then we check whether in that particular query, whatever the uh, columns that we have used in the where clause, whether the index means the index is created on that particular column or not. So I will check that part, means whether indexing or not. And after that means most of the times there are issue with the stale states. Means most of the time the tables are not up to date, table statics are not up to date. Means table statistics are not gathered regularly. Okay, so we check the statistics part. Okay, so means if there is any stale state, so we gather the statistics for that particular table. Okay, and suppose if there, and also suppose there is any query, any problem in the joining. Okay, whatever joining used in the query, if that is not suitable or that is not required in the query, then we will remove or we'll choose the alternate path so that the optimizer gets the exact path and it will run the query faster. And sometimes also issue with the locking. Okay, means most of the time application complains that there are slow running queries, but when we check we find that there are problem in that in their code, in their application code, and due to that the locking are happening in the application. So we work with the application team and try to remove all these things. And after that there are multiple areas we can work on, like the memories. Suppose we have 10 10 GB of available memory in the server, but we do not have allocated the sufficient memory to that particular database. Okay, so that will come under the memory tuning. So after generating all the performance related report, okay, we worked on the we check the memory also. Okay, so there are multiple things. Means we can discuss a lot and lot on this tuning part. but there are these are the
With respect to Postgre, can you pick up one scenario?
means what scenario you're talking about?
Performance tuning.
Performance tuning, the same kind of approach. I would use the same kind of approach. Means the whatever approach I told you, the
Mm-hmm.
same approach I would be using. Means there are the views are different in the Postgres. Suppose there are DB underscore users in the Postgres in the Oracle, then we have PG underscore users in the Postgres. So according to that, there are different views that I'll be using in the Postgres, but the approach will be same. Like in Postgres, we have PG underscore stats underscore activity. Okay, so it will tell all the all the uh, sorry, all the column related to the particular query, like which query it is you executing. Also, suppose if any query is taking long time, then longer duration, then we have one parameter that we can use in our PostgreSQL.com, that is called log underscore mean underscore statement underscore duration. So suppose if we have said that particular parameter in the PostgreSQL.com, suppose you want to trace all the queries which is taking more than 2 seconds, and if you have set that particular parameter log underscore duration underscore mean underscore statement to 2 seconds, okay, or more than 2 seconds, so it will trace all the queries which is taking more than 2 seconds, and from there we can start tuning, okay. And then we can go, like as I said, in Oracle we will check whether we have stale states or not. Then we can check on the indexing part, memory part, all these things we can check.
What kind of indexes have you set in Postgre?
Normally the default indexing is B-tree index, okay, but there are also like unique index, uh, gist, gist index, okay, ist index, okay. So these are indexes I remember, but the
But
default,
have you
yeah,
applied it for
functional
bringing in
in,
the
yeah.
tuning?
Sorry.
Have you applied the indexes of that types to improve the tuning, or
No,
has it been the
basically,
normal B-tree?
now most of the time the binary index work, means we do not need to go with the other indexing type. Okay, means most of the time a binary index or the default index solve our purpose. Okay.
Okay. Have you worked on the analyzing and sizing this Postgre server? So let's say you're monitoring the server and you know that it is running out of capacity, or have you worked on a scenario where for a new project you are supposed to give the number of SQL servers to be planned?
Mhm. Yes, I have worked on
Have
this.
you?
Yeah, yes, I have worked. Okay. So means
How can you give me a scenario?
in our organization in HSBC, okay. So I have worked on the multiple project where we migrated from one infra to another infra, okay. So as I said, one infra to another infra means, suppose the database is running on 12c, then we'll migrate all the database and to 19c in a complete new infrastructure. So that new infrastructure we have to start uh, we have to planning from the scratch, okay, like means which kind of server we have to order, means how many CPUs will be, how much RAM size, how much RAM size should be, okay. So all these things we place order with the Linux team or server team, okay. So it actually we map it with the existing system, okay. Means it should not go down with the existing system if we are planning for a new project, okay. It should be upgraded one from the existing one.
Okay. Then
And
next,
size also means we have to plan the size, means how much space we require, how much space is available in the current server. So we'll check the space also, and according to that we'll place the order. Means that much of space should be, that much of space or more than that much of space should be available in the new server.
okay. What are the kind of backup and restore activities you have performed with Postgre?
Actually, in Postgres, there are two kind of backup. One is logical backup and other is physical backup. Okay. So when we talk about the logical backup, so there are pg dump utility, and in physical backup we have pg restore and pg base backup. Okay, and also pg backrest. So in HSBC we have PG base backup and PG backrest is available. Okay, on daily basis, our on our daily basis backup strategy run through PG backrest. On daily basis we take the incremental backup, and suppose if there is any application requirement, like suppose they want to refresh their environment from the production to a non-prod. Okay, so for that we use the logical backup, the PG dump, and we take the export from the production and we import into the non-prod. So that is the basic strategy we use. Okay, and on daily basis we take the incremental backup, and on weekly we take the full backup, and also the daily backup goes into the tape, and we have a retention of 30 days in tape, and 14 days in the disk.
Okay. What is the size of the Postgre you worked with, Riaz?
It's a 2 terabyte.
2 terabyte.
Yeah,
Okay. And is on premise or on
yeah,
cloud?
it's on premises.
On premise. Okay.
Yeah. We have also a streaming replication setup, and we manage that through the replication manager, and we also have that EDB support for our mission critical applications. Means some of the databases are running in the EDB Postgres, and for that we have got the enterprise DB support, and they are sometimes they also help in the migration. Okay, because they have a very smooth migration utility that is called migration toolkit available. Through that they help us to migrate our mission critical databases.
So this is an enterprise DB or just an open source DB with the support of enterprise?
Yeah, means as I said, means most of our databases are running on community Postgres. Okay, but some are very critical databases. For that we have got the enterprise DB support, but 90% of
Okay.
databases are running on community Postgres.
But have you ever reached a scenario where you utilize the technical support from enterprise DB, or
Yes,
you managed on
no,
your own?
means for most of the databases not, but for the migration part, we take support from them. Like for the critical application, critical database, we do not have means much downtime, so we take help from them for the migration.
Mhm. And how do you think it helps? Is it just because of their tools, or is there any other expertise they bring as a DB team?
No, I think it is just about the tool, because they have very smooth and simplified tool. Okay, so we do not need to provide all the details. Means they match all the things. Means the tool is very smooth. Means I have seen that is called migration toolkit. Okay, EDB migration toolkit. The tool is very smooth. Means as compared to the Aura to PG. Means for open source we have Aura to PG tool to migrate the data from database from Oracle to PG Postgres. It is all about the tool. I mean they have simplified most of the thing in the EDB. So that's why they are providing support, and that's what they are charging, right?
Okay,
For the
fair
means like
enough.
for failover manager also they have means in normal community Postgres we have our replication manager. Okay, the configuration is simple, but managing is means little bit difficult. But in EDB they have
Mm-hmm.
they have EDB, sorry, EFM. Okay, enterprise failover manager. So they have simplified most of the things. They have taken out the things from means that rep manager, and they simplified the things, and means it is very easy to use from for failover, switch over, everything. EFM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you say community servers and EDB servers,
Yeah.
totally how many servers have you managed?
Means it's more than 100 servers we have.
Yeah.
More than 100 servers. Sandhya, you are breaking.
Hello,
Yeah.
is it on-prem more than 100
Yes,
servers?
yes,
You're
it's
saying, Riaz?
yeah, it's on prem only till now. Actually, I have yeah, means a company provided training. Company provided me training on AWS. Okay, and I'm also AWS certified. And means lead from I think from first quarter means first after first quarter we'll start moving from on premises to cloud. So I'm also cloud certified in AWS. So I'll be working on that also. But till now I have not got any exposure in the cloud. So I means if you ask any question, straightforward means I cannot answer the questions right now on the
But
real.
from a certification point of view, were you able to do some exercises to set up the Oracle or Postgre on cloud?
No, it was just a AWS thing. Okay, means it was not related to the RDS. Means it was just a normal plain AWS training they provided.
Basic
Yeah,
AWS
basic
training. Okay.
AWS training and certification on that. Means it was not related to that migration stuff. It was just normal AWS training they provided.
Oh, fine. Okay. So for all these 100 servers that you are saying, they are independent and for different applications, and you are taking care of the support. Is it, Riyaz?
Yes, from starting to end means whenever any new projects comes into picture. Okay, so there are different departments in the HSBC. Okay, so I support for the IT ID. Okay, so if there is any new project coming in, okay, my role will be to the gather the requirement. Okay, to place the order for the hardware and to discuss with the application team regarding their requirement means and to deliver the project from start to end. That is my role, including the technical stuff.
Okay. So let us say I have a requirement of managing a migration from 8 terabyte Oracle database, and I
Mm,
want to set it up on Postgre.
mm,
Okay.
mm.
So what are the kind of things you will gather now?
So first of all, I will check my task will start from the source side. Okay, means I will check whether the source side is standalone or there is data guard. Means what kind of environment we have on the source side. So suppose I'm talking about the standalone only. Okay, it is one server. So I will get the server specification and I will get the same kind of server for the Postgres. Okay, mean the same amount of space and same amount of memory should be available in the Postgres also. Okay, so after that means I think I already discussed regarding the migration thing, right? But so I will discuss with the application team regarding means whether means we cannot directly migrate anything into the production. Okay, so first of all, I will discuss with the application team. Do we have any non-production environment? So I will test all the functionalities. I will test all the migration step into the non-production environment. Okay, and only then I will go ahead with the production environment. Okay.
So let us say I have Oracle rack, okay,
Mm-hmm.
with 8 TB.
Mm-hmm.
What is your proposal for the Postgre equivalent of it, and how for migration?
Yeah, in Postgres we have different in Postgres we do not have rack facility available, so I can suggest them with the different replication replication streaming thing. Okay, so there are synchronous and asynchronous replication which is available in Postgres, so I will suggest them. And since it's a rack we are migrating, so I will suggest them to choose the synchronous replication only. Okay, so that their servers will be in sync, both the servers, and it will also provide them the high availability. So I will go with the synchronous replication if you are migrating the anything from Oracle rack to Postgres. But there are also some problem means performance issues, but that can be taken care later on the later of the migration. But definitely I will go ahead with the synchronous replication.
So are we going to replace an Oracle rack with one active passive or active active? What is the proposal?
It will be active only. Sorry, it will be
Active.
it will be active passive. Okay, because in Postgres we do not have what we call rack facility available. Okay, means active available.
So what is that factor that you will consider to make this decision? And why would you propose active passive instead of an active rack environment? How will you convince the customer?
First of all, means if any application is using rack, okay, so I'll tell you frankly, means rack is very robust, robust technology which Oracle has provided, and I don't think any other technology like means MySQL and DB2, any other database, they do not have the same match with the Oracle rack. Okay, so if any application they want to move ahead from rack to the Postgres, so first of all I will suggest, means if it is very critical, then I will suggest not to move. Okay, until or unless it is very means because the same amount of performance or same amount of reliability that cannot be achieved with the Postgres. Okay, the same means that Postgres is not that much reliable as much of the rack. Okay, so first of all I will try to discuss the criticality of the application, and if the application is not that much critical, then I will convince them to go ahead with the normal active passive thing.
Okay. So now let us say if it is okay to move and you have to set up an active passive Postgre equivalent of it. And the rack configuration, the single node configuration is 8 core 32 GB RAM. Okay. So what is your Postgre configuration?
So same configuration I will choose in the active passive. Okay, so I will set up the streaming replication. Okay, for that.
But at any point, only one server will be active, right? So
Yes.
how will it take the load as that of the rack?
So for that, for the all the select queries, all the read only queries, I will set up. I will redirect all the queries to the passive node. Means for all the select queries will be redirected to the passive node on the replica side.
What would be the replication time lag?
Replication time that should be latest only, because it should be means selecting the queries. It is also on the hot standby. It will be hot standby. Okay. So the replication means recovery underscore target underscore timeline should be latest only if you are trying to achieve that.
Okay. And if at all you are saying that you are using the community version, how would you set up the failover? Let's say the primary goes down. How would you take care of it?
Actually, there is one tool that is available with the community Postgres, that is called the replication manager, rep manager. Okay, so through that we manage our switchover and failover. Okay, so in that particular rep manager, first of all we have to install the replication manager in both primary and the replica, and after the installing we have to we have to register the primary and the replica into that replication manager configuration. And after that there are a rep manager configuration file, and in that configuration file we have to choose certain thing. When there are certain parameter that we have to choose, like on which basis that there will be failover, or sorry, there will be switch over. Okay, so those parameters, like suppose the servers are not pingable. Okay, it could be one scenario. Okay, so suppose the server is not pingable for certain time, so then there could be failover. So we can choose those things. Okay, and also there are few other parameter like follow parameter and the promote parameter. So means follow parameter is generally used, means which primary the standby should follow. So we have to mention those parameter in the replication manager configuration, and according to that, whenever there is failover happens, it will by default follow the primary. Okay, so these kind of parameters we have to set up in the replication failover, and after that we have a command like rep manager standby switch over standby failover, and according to that we have perform all the operations. There are certain means command that we can use with the rep manager.
There been any scenario where you have to restore from the backup?
Restore means that is yes. There was one table was deleted, so that we had to restore that backup.
That in production?
It was not in production, means it was in a non-prod environment. It was a means what you say that uh, point. It was point in time recovery, and the means data loss was manageable. Means it was not that much critical. Means one user by mistake dropped one table, so we had to restore that to a particular point in time.
How did you achieve that?
So there is one means we have to create a recovery dot signal file, okay, and we have to provide all the parameters, and there is one basic parameter that is called recovery underscore target underscore timeline, and in that timeline we have to specify till what time we want to restore the database, okay. So it will restore that up to that point.
So when you are trying to migrate this data, um, how did you transfer the data from the source to destination? Using export import or?
Yes, using export import only, and there is also move command, okay. Move command available in the Postgres. So through that we move the data from Oracle to Postgres after successfully establishing the connection in the Aura PG tool. But data volume should not be big. Okay, if the means I think it supports nearly less than 100 gig. Okay, so if it is more than 100, then we have to move data chunk by chunk. Okay, so we can means we decide according to the data volume. Move, and also we have the copy. So means copy supports the flat file like in Oracle we have SQL loader utility. So same thing we have available in the Postgres. We can achieve the same thing using the copy command, okay. So means we can copy the flat file from the from the normal server to Postgres, from our local to Postgres.
Okay. Would you be able to compare the encryption on Oracle and Postgre?
In Postgres, we have MD5 MD5 encryption available. Okay, and I'm sorry, I mean I'm not very much aware of the encryption. I'm just aware of the file that is pg underscore hba conf, which provide us the host-based authentication, and there are different types of access method available. I'm aware of that only. Means I'm not very good into the encryption part.
Okay. So have you integrated Postgre with any identity provider?
Means when you say identity provider, can you please explain a bit?
Like the Azure or the Active Directory or some identity management system?
No, not like that.
So you have worked with creating local users on the database level.
Yes. Local means when I say application user, right?
Application level.
Yeah.
Okay, so let us say I have a bad performing query which has around 16 tables joined. Okay. And I'm getting out of memory exception in the command. This is on Postgre.
Okay.
How do you solve this?
So means when you are getting the out of memory, so first of all I will check the work underscore memory parameter, whatever the work underscore mem parameter set up for that particular database. Okay. So I will check that. Okay, and I will start I'll start tuning from that from there.
So let us say it is set with a value. How will you figure out what is the optimal value for that?
Means suppose it's set up like 10 MB or 50 MB, and again it is giving the same error what error you said? Sorry, I forgot that.
Out of memory.
Out of memory. Okay, so I will check whether the means whether the same time any other queries are running or not. Okay, so I will check on that part also. Okay, because due to the other queries also might take the memory. Okay, and it could, and our query which is problematic could be run out of the memory. So I will start tuning from there, and if at all I find that the query means there are no other queries, there are no other queries using the memory. Okay, then I will increase the memory to a particular extent. Okay.
Okay. Have you used DB links on Oracle?
Yes, I have used.
What do you see as a pitfall with the DB links?
uh, Pitfall means sorry.
There's a pros and cons or advantage, disadvantage of that.
Advantage means you can access the data from the other database using the DB link. Okay, and there are securities also. There are some security risk. There are risk also while accessing the data from other database. That is the cons. Pros and cons means it simple means if you want means you cannot without DB link you cannot access the data from one database to another database. Okay, so that is really a benefit, but at the same time it also provides the risk means there could be some means misuse or mishandle. Due to that there could be some means drop or something could be happen at the target side. Okay, where the DB link is created. So that is the cons.
Fair enough. Let us say you have got a chance to set up an enterprise DB cluster in an active mode.
Mhm.
Okay. How long would it take for you to set it up, given all the configurations and it's on-prem and you
uh,
can get the servers whenever you ask for it?
okay, so I'll take 30 minutes.
Okay. And if you have to install the software, like the community version, and set up the failover kind of active passive setup.
uh, Couple of hours, I guess.
Okay. What are the assumptions you're making here?
I'm not making any assumptions. I'm just means uh, I should have the document. Means I have all the documentation. Means I know all the parameters. Okay, so I can set the parameters accordingly, and it should work. Means when you said assumptions, means I did not get that.
Okay. Assumptions in the sense you're assuming that you have access to the system,
No,
you've got the.
I'm assuming I have everything. Like I have access. I just need to install the Postgres. I just need to install the replication manager, and I just need to configure the rep manager configuration file. I just need to register the primary servers into the rep manager configuration, and just need to install the replication manager on the replica side. So I'm assuming I have everything ready. Ready. I just need to install the things, right? I mean, there should not
Okay.
be any obstacle.
Now,
Yeah.
let us say it is not there. What are the things that you will ask for and ensure that it is there? And after that, you say, I will take 1 day to get this done.
Most means there means, as I said, I have faced some port issues. Like port is not open. So sometime I have faced issues from the Linux team or server team. Okay, so I will communicate with the team. The port which I am going to use should be open. Okay, and there should be no firewall. Means there are some firewall issues also. So I means I would request the networking team to means to disable all these things. Okay, So if given an opportunity, mean I have set up the replication like synchronous and asynchronous replication within 10 minutes also. Okay. So it depends what kind of access I have, what kind of means what kind of resources I have available. If I have all the resources available, then definitely I can set up the replication within 10 minutes only.
Okay.
But as I said, there should be not any obstacle like the port issues or firewall issues. Yeah. Otherwise, I can set it up in 10 minutes only.
Okay, we need to highlight all the prerequisites, Reyes. That's what I'm looking for. So, for you to set it up in 10 minutes, if you can share the list of obstacles that you don't want, and the other teams, like the management, can enable that for you, that is the art, right? So, you can say that I want this XYZ to be ready. What are those XYZ?
Sorry, actually, my wife was talking to me, so he was going somewhere. Can you please repeat that?
Yeah, so what are those prerequisites for you to set up the Postgres cluster in 10 minutes?
So means as I said, I have server available with me. Okay, I have all the space requirement available with me. I have cluster up and cluster I can create, no issues on the cluster part. Okay, I just need the server available with all the access and with all the port open. It's the source server and the target server, and I can set it up in 10 minutes.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so what is one thing that as a DBA you aspire for learning the next?
Learning the next means I want to learn more and more databases since I have worked in Oracle and now I'm working in Postgres. So I want to learn more and more databases like MySQL, NoSQL, and also the current trending technologies, cloud. So definitely I'm also cloud trained. So I will aspire myself to see somewhere a cloud expert. Okay, means I will learn and also that is my aspiration. Okay, means the cloud and other databases also.
Okay, but have you put a hands on these available trainings which are for free with their own um, environment where you can play around on the cloud like the Azure or AWS,
Yeah,
RDS, everything?
it's been a while. Means I got a training in 2019 only, so I do not remember all the terms now. Okay, but means very so it is just a matter of time, and I can pick up all those things. Okay, so it's a matter of time, and definitely uh, I will be it, and I'll get my hands on the cloud thing. That is my next target, the cloud, definitely.
Okay, fair enough, Riaz. It's been good. Thank you so much. I have no further questions. Prashant, anything else from your side? Anything from your side, Riaz?
Uh, Sandhya,
No, Sandhya, my side.
just one thing. Which kind of environment you are working on in mind? Actually, I means you are from DB team, right, Sandhya?
Yeah.
Okay, one of my friend is working in Mindtree since very long time. I'm not sure. You are from Pune only, or from where?
No, I don't think I will be able to share those details. But if there is any specific question
Okay,
on
okay, okay.
the
That one.
job profile or anything, we could
Okay,
discuss,
okay,
Riaz.
okay. No, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. So
Okay.
which kind of environment you have?
I think Mindtree is into all kinds of cloud and
Okay,
on-prem assignments.
okay, okay,
So it's pretty widespread set, Riaz.
okay. Sure,
That's
sure.
all I can say.
Okay, no issues. I'm fine. Sorry about asking.
Okay,
Sorry
thank
for
you so
asking that.
much. No, no issues. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Okay.
Thank you, Prashant. Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sandhya. Thanks, Reyes, for your time.
Okay.
Yeah, request you can log off. Okay. Sandhya
Yeah.
has been in.
Yeah.
Prashant, you want me to stay on?
No, Reyes, you can log off.
Okay. Thank you so much, Sandhya and Prashant. Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you.